Lots to talk about there. Let's bring our next guest in here. He knows a thing or two about starts because his are better this year so far, and he won Anaheim 1. So it's Chase Sexton. What's up, Chase? How are you, man?
What's going on, boys? How's it going?
1 foot up starts, DV.
I heard what you're saying. I actually have never tried one. I probably should, because my starts aren't still that great. But
you started good both times last Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't know. The main event start wasn't great, but I kind of made it work because Prado gave me quite a bit of space, so it was kind of nice.
Phil, Chase's starts were still better than they were at SMX when he was showing you his starts.
He had a good job this weekend, Chase. No, he had
Thanks, Phil.
like I said, he started next to Prado, and Prado kind of gave him a little bit of a hole to kind of come through, and then it set up Chase for the second corner as well, to where he could tuck inside in the second one and put himself in a dial position. Because even for him, like, I think he had the best rut there was, second from the outside on the inside, because, like, dude, that inside of that split lane start looked like fucking suicide, you know? Yeah. There's no way I could start down in there and expect to come out or feel safe going down into that first corner. There's no way. Like, I'd rather do what Chase did. Obviously, he had first or second gate pick, but, like, that's where I would have been, just because it leaves more of a window for you for opportunity, you know? But
I want to talk to you guys about a little bit, Chase, before I got a J-Mart story before we hang up with Phil too, but what about the guys? There's guys who want to move their bike over right or left of the rut, and AMA is supposed to police that, and they try, but there's still dudes that do that. I don't think either one of you were those guys, but how fucking irritating is that? Chase?
I've done it once.
Okay.
Actually, I did it at St. Louis last year, but I didn't make my bike. I may have tweaked it a little bit, but I kind of just came out and moved my hips and tried to get it to the next side of the rut.
Yeah.
Which it worked out, but I mean, if it doesn't work out, then you're kind of screwed because you're going to slide. But I was like, last year I was so bad at starts that I'm like, well, I'm either going to start in the back either way, or I'm going to try and make this work and try and get up front.
I just feel those guys would make me so mad. Like, bro,
yeah,
stop it.
I don't know. I can't do it. That would make me so nervous that I'm gonna fuck something up. I'm like, I just hit the rut. There's no way, you know.
Right.
The chances of something going wrong, me missing the rut, would be way higher than me actually just going through it.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I'll just hit it.
Because I've seen videos, guys do a little burnouts, just kick over that rear end a little bit, you know, and stay out of that rut. And I'd be like, hey, bro, I'm next to you. Stop it. You know, I don't.
That's another variable for me to mess up.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Good.
But Chase, yeah, fantastic job. I imagine your phone was blowing up today and Sunday and all of that with, you know, all these people that you're like, hey, man, where were you guys last year?
Yeah. Yeah, it's always funny when even, like, you win a race or it's more like, I mean, I guess it's not normal, but, like, I would say I've won a decent amount of races. So, like, even if I get second or third, it's like crickets. And it's just funny, like, all the people that text you after a race, like a bigger race or a championship, that say good job, which I appreciate, obviously.
Sure.
But it's very, very quiet when you're either second or third or off the podium.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it makes it seem like it was not a bad day, but, like, yeah, you don't really get the appreciation after not. I mean, second or third is still not bad, but you definitely don't get it, like, even just winning A1. Like, it's new year, and everyone's kind of revved up, ready to start watching racing, so everyone is kind of hyped. So it was, I got a lot of text messages, but it's cool. And like I said, I kind of only really regard, like, the core people I have, but yeah, it's nice to get the text messages.
Yeah, for sure. Decal Works bringing you Chase Sexton on the show, by the way. PulpMX25 is the code to save. Chase Sexton used Decal Works, is on his Red Bull KTM right now and growing up as well. Yeah, thanks to the folks at Decal Works for bringing on Chase. Really appreciate Chase giving you the time Monday after Anaheim 1 too, by the way.
No worries.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I got a text from somebody that would know you that said they don't text you after second or third because they know you're mad. So there is that too. There is that too.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what kind of second or third it was. If I'm leading and I fall or something and get second or third, yeah, maybe I'm going to be mad. But, like, say you come from the back, or even if you a lot of the times, I mean, obviously the main goal is to win, but I kind of measure myself on how I rode and how I feel like my performance was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel. I mean, if I'm I'm happy after a second or third, even though I didn't win, it's more likely because I rode good. So I mean, it's not always the case, but yeah, second or third obviously is not what you want, but on some nights it's almost as good as a win.
Well, talking about second and thirds before the show, DV, I don't know what we were talking about, but DV, you told us before the show you just threw out all your second and third place plaques.
Yeah.
So
over 30 of them.
Yeah.
30, what is it, 37 or something?
So, that's funny that this gets brought up tonight. DV said he just threw them all out, Chase. So
I mean, honestly, I'm kind of almost there with him. I mean, unfortunately, I have a lot of them as well. So yeah, it's
well,
kind
fuck
of
you guys.
at
I'm
some
not
point you
throwing
need to
out
get
my
rid
third
of them.
place.
Phil's got a third. Phil,
Yeah.
You podium a Supercross, Phil?
No, No, I don't have my Supercross one. My Unadilla one, and I sleep with that fucking third place trophy. So fuck you guys.
Phil did beat me in a heat race though at Seattle in 2018.
I
He
did.
won.
I did.
In the mud, he beat. I was leading and I fell, and Phil won the heat race. I was so bummed.
Yeah.
I didn't get a heat win at all that
Yeah.
year.
Thanks for that heat race.
The
bonus.
5
I
Gs.
appreciate it.
5 Gs.
Yeah,
opponent.
Suzuki JGR days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 Gs. goes on.
So DV, you just decided fuck these things. I just don't want them. The 30 plaques.
Yeah, I was listening to someone, or someone was telling me when you have a box in your garage, you haven't opened in 3 years. Just don't open it. Just throw it.
Okay.
Throw it away.
All right.
And those plaques are pretty much the same thing, right? Like, yeah, we have memories. We have internet now. If we were still like VHS tape and then no memories, now we can find results. Like if I want to brag to my grandchildren one day, I can go to Racer X Vault and says, "Oh, look, that's your grandpa," you know.
Okay.
So we don't need the stuff in the wall. And in my house, you get in, you cannot imagine that I've been a rider. There's no motor stuff. It's
Nothing.
only like there's a few in the garage and that's it. But
Someone told me they went to Mike Alessi's house back in the day, and every single room had a photo of Mike Alessi on a dirt bike. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't even imagine that. But anyways, DV, so when you got second or third behind Jeremy or Ricky, were you like Chase and kind of pissed, or like did it depend how you rode?
No, I was. Yeah, it depends on our road.
Okay,
Obviously,
all right.
like there's sometimes I was bummed out, but obviously there's some good second places and there's bad wins too. Sometimes you win, you roll like shit. Like when my dad was coaching me, which he was like more intense than Tony Alessi, so that was tough. He would like scream at me when I won a race. Like,
Chase can probably relate to that.
in front, like he said, "Oh, you rode like shit." Like I was happy I
Right.
won.
Yeah.
And then he comes to the track, and you did this and that, and then you're horrible, and then he's saying like he would tell me I was a piece of shit. That was like he's saying you're a piece of shit, like doing that. I just won the race. So that was like a very toxic relationship there.
Yeah, clearly. Chase Sexton Online, brought to you by Decal Works. Before we let you go, Phil, Chase, I want you to hear the story too. The best story I heard all weekend at Anaheim was this J-Mart story. So we know he got hurt for a while there. You remember Chase? He was working at the dealership.
Yeah, I remember that. I was when he was on Geico.
Yeah, working at the dealership because he was bored and everything else. I got a good kick out of that because he's a multimillionaire, and then the TV show's talking about how he's working at the dealership. So, heard from a buddy of his over the Christmas holidays. Phil, you can vouch for this, right?
Yes, I was yelling at him for it.
Over the Christmas holidays, he got a job with UPS, delivering packages, and he was the runner. So there was a driver that drove the truck. J-Mart delivered the packages up and down the driveways, and I guess he was taking it as training, and was wide open up and down the driveways. Yes, I'm serious.
Doing intervals.
And the driver that he was with was so happy because they got done 45 minutes early, from a normal shift of J-Mart, running and delivering these packages. And then afterwards, J-Mart was telling this person, I only cleared $80 today. I don't know how people do it.
Yeah, I think some UPS driver makes like 90,000 a year.
I don't know, but that's
when you're full time, but when you're just hired on as a holiday employee, the check was $178, and he's just like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's a little bit different. But he would send me videos of his UPS truck just stacked to the fucking roof, you know? And
dude, that was
I'm like,
so
I
classic.
told him, I'm like, oh, I know. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, dude? I'm like, you can't. He went, did the full consultation, did the interview, and he did it for 2 weeks, and then he quit.
Wow.
Good one, huh, Chase? There we go.
But yeah, I mean, J-Mar, when you have that dog and you just can't, like, you just can't not do anything. And, like, I feel like for him, like, he's just I mean, I would argue that, I mean, I would consider myself a pretty hard worker, but I think J-Mar is almost like, he's almost like my trainer. It's almost like an obsession. Like, he can't go to bed without doing, like, just killing himself that day. Which, I mean, yeah, I had that same thing too, but he's just at another level. Like, he just wants to put himself through misery.
Imagine.
Which I can respect, because that's, I mean,
yeah,
that's what you're supposed to do. But he's, like, to another level, which is why he's a 2-time champion.
You order something from motorsport.com in Minnesota, and you're just like, is that J-Mart running up my driveway?
I'm surprised there was no videos of it. Someone had to have seen him and noticed it was him.
I don't know.
Especially where he lives.
Phil, any videos?
I don't know. They'd probably think they're
Phil
dreaming
definitely has a video after that answer. He definitely has a video.
We got to get to the bottom of this. And now he's running Star VIP program, too. That's also awesome.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah,
yep.
Chase. He's at every race. He's Jimmy D's old job.
I didn't even see him this weekend.
Well, he was busy with VIPs, bro. He's busy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably he's probably their best worker too.
Yeah.
So
just imagine J Mart handling 16 VIPs and talking to him throughout the whole day. I mean, that just seems right up his alley.
Yeah, but he's kind of chatty and stuff. He always has stories.
Yeah, no,
I think it'd be good. It'd be good.
I approve of this way more than I did the UPS job. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You don't know the first thing about what's going on right now in real life. You know?
But the best part was I heard he was complaining about the pay, and he didn't know how people can do it.
Yeah.
That's why we race dirt bikes.
I love it. It's my favorite story of the weekend.
Dude.
Chase, by the way, you mentioned to me on Friday at the press conference some bars and seat changes that you think is going to help you off the starts, huh? This is obviously that was an issue for you. You do look way more comfy in the KTM, but bars and seat adjustments a little bit help you out?
Yeah. The seat thing, it's funny. I've been asking for the seat change for a while now, and we probably went through about 50 different seat variations. I've never stuck to one. I've just literally tried it and took it off, and I think my dad actually threw one at Baker's factory one day because he's like, I'm tired of changing seats. Like, it's not the seat. And I'm like, dude, we got to figure out the seat thing. So the Honda cockpit for me was really comfortable.
Yeah.
And I got on the KTM, and I was like, I don't know, there's just something wrong. Like, I don't feel like I can get over top of the bike, like, one, on the starts, and two, turning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always felt like I was sliding off the back. And it was Jade that I had Ian making me seats. I had Carlos making me seats. No one could figure it out. And then Jade, the first test he did in Florida, brought this seat down that he hand shaved. And it's basically a copy of, or it's kind of a copy of the Honda, like, Arc and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, he immediately put it on, and my turns got way better, like, just from the seat. I don't know if that's just me being an idiot or it actually helped. I think it did actually help because it put me over the top of the bike a little bit more so I could finish my turns better. And, I kind of just stuck from there. And it helped me on the starts get over the top of the thing a little bit more. And then, obviously, changing bars, bar mounts. We haven't really stuck on anything with the bars or anything like that, but the seat was the biggest thing, and also just lowering the whole shut device.
Oh my! What are you down by down by the front axle now on those things? God.
No, I'm still like, I look, even on the line this weekend, I look over at the guys next to me, and my bars are. I still feel like I'm taller than those guys, and I still think I can go lower on the whole shot device. So I'm just You're always trying to make adjustments, but it was definitely better.
Right.
It was a step in the right direction.
When are we gonna get those illegal
get them outlawed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. Absolutely.
Yeah,
no grades.
I don't know if that'll help my starts or make it worse.
Yeah. I don't know. Also, Chase, you stalled again in the main event this weekend. What's going on? You stalled last year in one of the main.
He stalled on a Honda. This is what he does.
On the Honda too.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Full grip on the balls. Is that you don't use the clutch in that little turn?
Yeah, I don't run. I don't really run. I run my hands pretty much kind of bare knuckle. Like I don't even in the whoops. I don't touch my clutch. So it's my problem because I did stall on the Honda and I did stall I have stalled in the KTM. I think I've stalled less on the KTM actually. So, but I like to. I mean, I ride pretty low RPM and I don't use the clutch a lot. So
you don't use the clutch in that turn right there where you stall. You don't put your finger on the clutch right there.
No, because we just did that little double.
Dude, how do you do that?
I don't touch the clutch.
At the braking, you have to take it, bro. you got to take it.
There's no braking.
Yeah. I started. Trust me. After I stalled it the second time, I was pulling the clutch in and I was using a low RPM. So, but for me, it feels very foreign doing that. So, I need to work on it because I can't keep stalling the bike, obviously. And I didn't stall it. The weird thing is I don't stall it all day, and then I stall it in the 2 races that I do. I didn't stall it one time in practice. So I don't know. Maybe I was going too slow.
Phil, would you like to comment on his lack of clutch use?
No, I'm just envisioning myself doing that left-hander with no finger on the clutch and seeing if I could even make the fucking corner.
No, I can't. I can't imagine doing that.
No, I can't. There's no fucking way. If you were to tell me to go into that corner, use my rear brake, no clutch, and try and make that little inside route with those stutter bumps,
right,
I'm into the fucking hay bales.
I think I am too. There's no chance. Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, there's no chance. And then to get the double coming out, forget it, dude. It's over.
Speaking of that section, what did tripling do as far as on the Dartfish, Chase? Did triple better, quick or no? Or
so I think I don't know if I was the first one to do it, but I did it on press day, or I did it in the free practice actually on Saturday, and I thought it was faster. I did it in the first practice. And then I watched Tomac go inside like last lap of the first practice, and he ripped the inside flat turn. And I'm like, dude, there's no way that I'm tripling this and going outside and then launching into the triple that
can't be
he's
faster.
still faster than me. I'm like, dude, there's no way that I can't be gaining time doing this triple. So I go back to the pit and they're like, I don't know if the triple's faster. It's kind of a lot of hang time, which it was. It was more fun. It made the track flow better, I felt like. But I went out for the third practice. I didn't jump it once. And then those two, Jet and Eli, both went back to tripling it. So I'm like, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. So I don't think it didn't really make a difference, like going inside triple or inside just double and then go back to the inside.
Yeah.
I don't think it really made a difference. It was a lot easier to go double than triple. Kenny, I don't know how he was tripling out of that rut. That thing was so mangled towards the end of the main. So it was easy going. It was almost like a rest spot for me on the track. Like I didn't. It was really easy to go double, so I just kind of stuck with that, and it was consistent. So, and I couldn't keep the bike running for the turn anyway. So
okay.
But I think before the main, they made the outside after that little triple. They made the outside the
like
outside a little more like steep. Dude, Kenny was railing that thing in the beginning of the race. He was catching a little bit in that section.
From just like ripping around the corner.
Yeah, because the outside berm, that 90 left, it was like a little steeper. So he was railing it like super fast at the beginning of the main event. That was like impressive. Yeah.
I didn't even look at it because I didn't expect. I mean, that's on me. I didn't even look at it to like even think about tripling it.
But he was catching Anderson there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was probably catching me doing it too. So, but yeah, I don't know. It was just for me. It was really consistent going inside, and I felt like I was good on. I didn't feel like I was losing enough. Like I wasn't losing time. I feel like I was pulling away. So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. But if you would have passed me right there when I stalled it and saw him tripling it, I probably would have turned around and started jumping it right after that. So.
Yeah, you would have been like, oh, okay, I got that. Second best story after J Mart's UPS story that I heard was Kenny mentioning that he's now got a factory transmission for the first time on Suzuki. So taller first, taller second. And I'm like, and again, I went up to him like, wait, you haven't had a factory transmission on Suzuki? He's like, no, we had one early and then I broke it and then it never came back. So I don't, and I'm just like, wow. So props to Suzuki, and Kenny rode great. He's now got a taller first and a taller second, Chase.
I think they found sprockets.
Yeah, when he called me right when he got it, he was raving about it. So
they found sprockets at Bubba's house. That's what they did.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they got Larry Ward stuff dug out. I don't know what happened, but
it's Stu stuff.
It's Stu.
Yeah, Stu probably brought it to the race from his house.
Chase, I don't know if you answered this or not, but when Eli went down, okay, I mean, was there a little potential like double clutch when you went over him?
I used the clutch right there.
I did. I had to pop.
He found that clutch real fucking quick.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah, you can see me stop. Like when he fell, you can see me hesitate because I didn't have my finger on the clutch. I wasn't ready to do a enduro cross section, but I didn't want to run him over, but he just fell, and he fell like right, because I saw his bike, obviously, and I went to the inside, and then he was like kind of laid out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, tell me I'm going to have to like run him over. I didn't want to, like, that's not what I was trying to do. And I've been getting that's the one feedback from this weekend, like, why'd you have to run Eli over? Like, why'd you have to do this? Like, I'm like, dude, I didn't want to run him over. Like, it was the last thing I wanted to do, and I was trying to be as gentle as I possibly could. Like, I didn't want to just freaking hammer the gas and just hit him, like, center punch him. I, like, try to be somewhat light if I could and get around him, which is, I mean, it doesn't look like that, but I was trying to be light on him. So I try to give him a little bit of time to get out of the way. But, yeah, I try to be as light as possible. I didn't get to talk to him after the race, say I'm sorry, but I will this weekend. I didn't feel bad. For a lap, I'm like, I just ran Eli over.
It looked like you sat into that seat in double clutch. I don't
wheel
know.
tap.
No,
that was a wheel tap.
I had to use my enduro. I've been practicing in the backtrack at KTM. KTM has an enduro cross section, so
it wouldn't even bother Eli anyways. It's Eli Tomac. He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah.
He's, So yeah, Kenny's factory transmission. He's going to be great now. It took years, but congrats to Suzuki and Kenny for having something that I had at KTM when I was a mechanic over there in 2000.